On behalf of the Asian Development Bank, let me congratulate the government of PNG, New Ireland Provincial Government, and the National Airports Corporation on this occasion. The inauguration of Kavieng Airport with the new improved apron, improved runway with an extension, and very much importantly, the new terminal building constructed under the Civil Aviation Development Improvement Program, CADIP, which was jointly funded by the government of PNG and the Asian Development Bank. CADIP was a multi-tranche financing facility, an MFF as we call it, which is a lending product of the ADB that we have found quite suits the environment of PNG for large infrastructure programs, wherein an agreed upon amount of financing envelope is typically made available over a 10-year period and then allocated across sub-projects in a given sector as per the government's priorities and as those projects become design and procurement ready for implementation. CADIP was originally approved by ADB board on 1 December 2009 with a total financing envelope of $480 million, and it closed in November 2021. So in this case, the MFF and its associated financing actually exceeded the 10-year period of implementation. ADB sought extensions of time from our board in order to allow the government to fully utilize as much of the available funding as possible. When designed, CADIP was envisaged to have 3 separate funding tranches, which were fully realized. The Kavieng Airport sub-project was approved under CADIP Tranche 3 in December 2016, with a loan amount of $275 million, which represented approximately 57% of the total MFF envelope. Sometimes due to a lack of design, capacity constraints, and delays in procurement, these programs, these MFFs, start slow, but then accelerate. And this is exactly what occurred with CADIP over the 12 years of implementation. The Kavieng Airport Improvement Civil Works Package was awarded on 3 March 2020 for initial contract value of $26.9 million, or 91.8 million kina, and a contract period of 20 months so that the project could be completed by loan closure deadline of 24 November 2021, which was also the revised closure date of the MFF. Unfortunately, due to lengthy procurement processes, the contract was awarded just days before the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown started. Due to delays related to the COVID-19 pandemic and indeed the magnitude of works involved, the contract was extended beyond the loan closure. In the end, the final realized cost was $36.8 million, or 125.8 million kina, wherein the ADB financed $33.3 million, or 91% of the contract value, while the government of PNG financed $3.3 million, or approximately 9% of the contract value. Kavieng Airport is one of the CADIP airports now completed with a new terminal building, runway pavement upgrade, including a runway extension of 500 meters, giving a total length of 2.2 kilometers, such that the facility can cater for larger Boeing 737 aircraft carrying 160 passengers, which is exactly like the aircraft we flew in on today. This type of aircraft allows for international passenger flights that support increased tourism opportunities and additionally potential for international cargo flights, as well as simply accommodating increased volumes of domestic traffic while using larger aircraft and offering economies of scale. As the Treasurer has already remarked, despite the cost, this investment is a good investment. Based on our projections, we estimate it will return 16.2%. I'm not going to get into the statistical meaning of these figures. I can simply inform you that ADB is confident that this investment will bring significant economic returns to Kavieng and the surrounding hinterland in New Ireland. Benefits from a new and improved airport take many forms and are distributed across the users. The benefits are to the operators, such as Air New Guinea, in terms of improved aircraft productivity, higher productivity, results from reduced operating times, reduced downtimes for maintenance, simply because the runway's in better condition, and reduced costs for parts, such as braking systems and tire replacements, again, because the runway is in better condition. These improvements also diminish the risks of accidents caused by poor airstrip conditions, or inadequate airport security fencing, or inoperative navigation and landing equipment. Passengers will benefit from improved arrival and departure reliability, savings on travel time, and a diminished risk of flight cancellation or diversion, and indeed, just simple, improved safety. At the regional and local community levels, other than direct labor benefits related to airport construction operation, the economy will enjoy significant second-round benefits from increased market sales, particularly at airports where a market facility is provided. And of course, we expect tourism to increase. It is assumed that such airports as Kavieng will receive some incremental foreign and local tourist and business traffic due to the improved and reliable air service. With the improvements made to Kavieng, we expect to see international flights from Australia or other origins in Asia. The long-term benefits to the community are conservative because they would also include unquantified benefits from additional employment that would not be created if the airports had not been built. Although the original CADIP is now complete, the Connect PNG program from 2020 to 2040, which is an initiative of the Marape administration, calls for increased investments in transport to provide all parts of the country with reliable transport connectivity by 2040. The unique geography of islands and difficult terrain leaves many areas isolated with little access to the rest of the country, and in many places the national road network does not yet provide sufficient coverage due to costs and the difficult terrain. Therefore, PNG has a unique reliance on civil aviation. Civil aviation is vital to linking rural and urban areas. However, PNG's aviation infrastructure remains inadequate in terms of the facilities and capacity. CADIP was successfully completed in 2021 after rehabilitating 18 airports in 3 tranches. However, other airports need to be upgraded to achieve full compliance with safety regulation and operation needs. Rural aviation services also need to be expanded to improve rural access and enable growth in agriculture, fisheries, and tourism. Much of these needs are included for improvement in the scope of what we are calling CADIP Phase 2, which is now ready to be approved by the ADB board in December 2022. I would like to offer my personal appreciation to the Prime Minister, the Treasurer, the Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation, the Managing Director of NAC, and others involved in the process for expediting the necessary procedures and approvals in PNG to bring this project forward to the ADB board in a relatively short period of time. Again, we're going to approve CADIP Phase 2, December 2022. ADB is proud to be a partner with the government of PNG in these aviation sector development works. In general, in the transport sector, aside from airports, the ADB is working with the government in improving much needed roads and improving maritime operations. ADB is also assisting in supporting power generation, transmission, and distribution, connecting households, and supporting increased rates of electrification. ADB has been and will continue to finance the construction of community health posts and district hospitals. Moving forward, the ADB will be financing the rehabilitation of technical vocation education centers. Lastly, we are working closely with the government on a state-owned enterprise reform agenda such that the people will receive better services at a cheaper price and thus better value for money from the service providers of key economic infrastructure. Honorable Prime Minister, the CADIP program also supported the development of a young workforce of engineers, technical officers, and environmentalists in the National Airports Corporation, who are now taking up greater role in managing large procurement and construction works, and indeed the maintenance of those works. ADB is pleased and proud to be a partner in these capacity building developments. I congratulate the National Airports Corporation, the contractor, and all other stakeholders who contributed to complete the construction of the works in Kavieng Airport. I wish you all the best in using this new facility as well as moving forward with CADIP Phase 2. Thank you.